take a seat, please, darling. So good to see you. I'm really not wanting to faff around too much, okay? So I thought we'd just really jump straight into it. Today, I really just wanted to give you a little pamper, darling, okay? I love you, you know I do. Okay, but I know you've been having a lot of late nights recently, okay? Up in your room, not sleeping, on the TikTok app, on the YouTube app, alright? And that's, you know, we can discuss that later, but it has been taking a toll, okay? Alright? So I thought we could just have a little pamper session today. How does that sound? Okay, alright, fantastic, darling, lovely. Well, like I said, I don't want to faff around too much, so let's just jump straight into it. What I do want to do is just pop that hair of yours back, darling, okay? Just get it out of your face. So if you could just sort of look directly at me, darling, I'm just going to comb those flyaways out of your face. Okay, like that. Lovely, and then I'm just going to pop this headband on, alright, darling? So, okay, alright, there we go. So now that all of your hair is out of your face, let's just jump straight into it. So you've washed your skin, have you, darling? Okay, fantastic. And you've toned your skin like I asked you to? Okay, alright, lovely. Well, shall we start then with just a little bit of moisturizer, I'm thinking, just to really sort of hydrate the skin, get it nice and plump, and have sort of a nice base to work with. Okay, alright. So this one has some SPF in it, darling, which is really, really important. We do want to be applying SPF every morning, okay, before we go out. So I'm just going to take a little bit in my hands. Alright, and then I'm just going to really apply that to your face and massage it in. Now, darling, like I was just saying, sun protection is so important, okay? I really love, there are a couple of sunscreens that I adore, but I have to say my favourite is this one that I'm putting on you. Okay, close your eyes please, darling. I'm just going to pat that over your eyes. So like I was saying, darling, I do really adore this one that I'm putting on you, but I also love, you can open your eyes again, darling, I love the one by the Cancer Council, okay? It's an SPF 50, beautiful matte finish, and I find it really just blends into the skin, a little bit up your neck there, blends into the skin quite seamlessly and almost provides a little bit of a blurring effect, okay? So those are my two recommendations for you. Alright, lovely. I think while we let that one just sort of soak in, darling, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I've got a lovely little bowl here, I'm going to take these 2 cucumber slices. Darling, these ones have been refrigerated so they're nice and cool, and I'm just going to pop those on your eyes, okay, and just leave them on there to sort of cool and depuff your eyes while I put a little bit of hair oil, okay, just on the ends of your hair because it's looking a little bit sort of scruffy. Okay, alright, so close your eyes, darling, while I put these on. Okay, lovely. And the other one. Okay, so now just keeping those eyes closed, darling, I'm just going to open up that hair oil. Just dab a little bit into my fingers, okay? Alright, and then I'm just gonna rub that in between my fingers, okay? And then I'm just gonna grab the ends of your hair and really just massage that in, okay? Yeah, I think the ends of your hair do really, really need that darling. Not being rude, I'm just being honest. Okay, alright. Lovely. Now I will just take those cucumbers off your eyes, darling. There we go. So I will just pop those ones back in the bowl. Pop the lid back on that hair oil. Okay, alright. And then just brush through your hair again quickly. Now I'm going to use really, really gentle strokes for this one, darling, okay? Because your hair is a little bit wet, okay? And generally I know people say you shouldn't brush your hair when it's wet, but gosh, I mean, we all have our vices, don't we? Okay, so just getting any more of those knots out. Lovely. Now let's take that headband off, darling. Okay, so there we go. And we are going to move on to that hair of yours, darling. So let me just get my products quickly and then I'll be back with you. Okay, so here we are. I've got my little tray of products, darling. And what we're going to start with, I think, is just some leave-in conditioner, okay? Alright, I've started using this one quite recently, and I do just feel it helps really moisturize my hair, which I think, just looking at yours, you could very much use. Okay, not being rude, just being honest, darling, alright? So, let's grab a little bit of that one. Okay, lovely. Pop the lid back on, just like that. And then, I'm just going to rub it into my hands. And what I'm going to do, darling, is I'm going to sort of scrunch it into the ends of that hair of yours, alright? I just find that this makes the product sort of go in quite nicely and it gives the hair a little bit of a wave. Okay, so here we go. So just focusing on the ends of your hair mainly. Really scrunching up, okay, alright? Just like that. And now I don't have much product left in my hands. So what I'm going to do is just distribute it. And then, darling, I'm going to take my nails, okay, and I'm going to go down from the root of your hair like that, okay? And this is really just going to help sort of stimulate the blood flow, alright, okay? And any sort of residual product will just sit in the hair nicely. Okay, so here we go. Really just down the sides of your head, like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to reach around the back of your scalp, darling, and just give it a quick little massage again with my fingernails. So if you could just sort of sit up quite straight, darling, and pop your head down like this. Okay, lovely. And I'll really just get in there and give that scalp a little bit of a massage. Okay, alright. Okay, lovely. Perfect. Alright, you can look up at me again now, darling. So, before we dry your hair, I am going to go in with just a little bit of heat protectant spray, darling. And when I say a little bit, I mean a lot. Okay, so close your eyes for me, darling, and I'm just going to really sort of spritz the entire head. Okay, close your eyes, please. Alright. So really sort of spritzing it, darling. Lovely, keeping those eyes closed. Beautiful, and then I'm just just going to grab the ends, darling, and make sure I'm just getting those, okay? Side. Okay, alright, lovely. So now what I'm going to do, darling, is just brush through your hair once more, just to sort of get out any tangles that we might have put in just then. So, alright, darling, you can close your eyes, you can keep them open during this part, up to you, but I'm going to start gently brushing that hair of yours. So, here we go. Lovely. And if you can hear a sort of gentle crackling in the background, darling, that is a candle that I just popped on earlier for some ambiance. It's got a lovely wooden wick, which I find makes just a really soothing, very cozy crackling sound. So, alright. Lovely. And I'm just going to grab those ends of your hair again, darling, and just make sure that there are no tangles there. Alright. Okay. Lovely. Alright, now we're going to just give your hair the tiniest little trim, darling, okay? When I say you do have quite a few sort of split ends, it's looking quite rough at the bottom of your hair, darling, I mean it, okay? I do. So I'm just going to really take these scissors and just cut the split ends off, alright? It's not going to be a big difference at all, but it does need to happen. Alright, okay. So let me pop those down and just grab your hair. Lovely. And then really just get a couple of those split ends. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that in there, darling, okay? But those are all split ends, okay? Yeah, looking much better already. And I am just going to get a sneaky little trim just around your face, darling. Nothing too intense, just a little bit of feathering to give your face a little bit more dimension. Okay, alright, other side. So we'll just grab that hair of yours. Lovely. Okay, there we go. And just really get those split ends of yours, darling. Just a little bit more. Yeah, this side's not as bad, okay, alright? And then just a little bit of that feathering around the face, okay? Again, it's just going to give your face a little bit more dimension. Okay, alright, wonderful. Now we are going to dry your hair, darling, okay? So, if you want to close your eyes for this part, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it on, okay, alright? And then I'm really just going to blow dry your hair, okay? Alright, so here we go, on, okay, alright. And just dry that hair of yours. Okay, lovely, and the other side. Turn that back on. And then I'm just going to take the comb, darling, and just run that through and then dry, comb, dry. Okay, all right. Almost done with this part. Lovely. Just holding your head still, darling. Okay, perfect. And the other side. Okay. Alright, lovely. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this straightener. Okay. I'm just going to switch it on quickly. Alright. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this through those front bits of your hair that I've just sort of feathered. Alright. And we're just going to give them a little bit more shape. Okay. So just waiting for this one to heat up. God. I mean, listen, we've sent people to the moon. Honestly, you'd think they'd be able to find a way to make these things heat up a little bit faster. Oh, spoke too soon. All right, there we go. Okay, now, darling, just stay really still for this part. I'm not going to put this anywhere near your face, okay? All right, but I do want you to stay still just for safety purposes, okay? All right. Just going to grab that hair that I feathered, and I did lie. This will be near your face, but like I said, I'm not going to hurt you, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clamp it on that bit of hair and twist it and pull. Alright, again, twist it and pull. And that's just giving it a really nice, very subtle curl. And this piece here, I think. Yeah, that looks quite nice. And then I might just grab some of the ends there and just give those a lovely little sort of twist. Okay, so now the other side, darling. Here we go, just grabbing a little bit here. Doing the same sort of grab and pull. Alright, it's just creating a really, really subtle wave there. Okay. Yeah, lovely. I mean, gosh, you're looking so much more glowy and sort of well rested already. Okay. Okay, lovely. And then I'm just going to grab some of the ends there, like I did before, and just put a little twist, a little bit of shape in them. Okay, lovely. Now we'll switch that one off like that. Now that that's done, I'm going to prepare the products for the next part, so just give me a moment, darling. I won't be too long. Right, okay, so I've got the next products ready, darling. Now we're gonna do your makeup. Isn't that one exciting? So we're gonna start with some foundation. Alright, so for foundation I've got this beautiful new one that I found the other week at David Jones. Darling, the lady at the counter suggested it to me. She said it was very silky, very smooth, and blends in with the skin really nicely. And then she did sort of do a little patch on my skin, and I adored it. Darling, I mean, I felt like I was back in my 20s. I'm feeling 22, you know what I mean? So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a couple of pumps of this one, darling. Now this is great as well because it's primer, concealer, foundation, sort of a little bit of sparkle all in one. Okay, so I'm going to pop it on the back of my hand, Alright, maybe just looking at your skin. Yeah, a little bit more. I can never be too sure. Alright, okay. And then I'm going to go in, darling, with a brush, okay? And we're going to apply this one with a brush. So what I'm going to do is just dab it into that product, okay? Now the product is warming up because it is sitting on my hand, so that's lovely. It's making it nice and sort of blendable. Alright, so looking up please, darling. I'm going to go under your eyes first. Right, looking up. I'm just using very gentle sweeping motions under your eyes. Okay, lovely. And then I'm just going to stipple that in. Stipple that in to the eyes. Lovely. Okay, and darling, close your eyes now, please, because I'm going to do the lids. Okay, so again, sweeping that on. And as you know, I always love the sort of windscreen wiper motion. Alright, keep your eyes closed, darling. I'm just going to do the other eye. Beautiful. And this product, I mean, it really just glides onto the skin. Okay, lovely. Now keep your eyes closed, darling, because I'm just going to do some small circular motions to really blend that product into your eyelids. So just keep your eyes shut. Just doing both eyes quickly. Lovely. Making sure to get up there by the brows as well. Lovely. Okay, alright. And open. Alright, beautiful. So now I'm going to take it down your nose. Okay. Down the sides of your cheeks as well. And we're just going to really do the whole face. Alright. So let's start with that. Okay, lovely. Gosh, darling, I don't know if you remember, but I was telling you a little while ago about how the P&C, we were meeting to sort of work out colours for the new school uniform, and we were sort of arguing between an olive green, a cerulean blue, and a maroon. Okay, alright. Now I really loved the olive green. I just thought it was really classic, just really gorgeous, really classy. But then Linda was there and she was really campaigning heavily. Just keep your mouth shut for me, darling. I'm just going over that top lip of yours. She was campaigning really heavily for the cerulean blue. Anyway, so we ended up getting into quite a sort of heated, I wouldn't call it a fight, okay, but it definitely was a discussion, alright, and we sort of had to speak to the other members of the P&C and we had to all vote on it. You know, it turned into this big thing, cerulean blue or olive green, gosh. Anyway, and then, darling, I swear, out of nowhere, Meredith just chimes in. Okay, and guess what she says? What about the maroon? When I tell you, my jaw dropped. I mean, that one wasn't even really in the running, okay? It was just there to appease Kevin because he said he would like to see a little bit of maroon in the school uniforms. Gosh, I was quite upset. Anyway, then we all had a vote on it, you know, which one of the three. Everyone voted for the maroon. Apart from Linda and I, of course, I voted for the olive green and she voted for the cerulean blue, but I was really upset, darling. I just felt quite betrayed. And also, I mean, we weren't even sort of talking about the maroon, you know, that wasn't even in the discussion at that point, so just felt like a bit of a betrayal, but c'est la vie. We move on. At least some of us do. Some of us do not. Anyway, darling, okay, so that looks beautiful, right? Your base is mostly done, but I am just going to go in with my hands and just really melt it in, okay? Just with sort of taps on the skin like this. All right, okay, so looking up, darling. Thank you. Beautiful. Lovely. And then a little bit, just a couple of taps on that forehead of yours and that chin of yours. Lovely. Okay, fantastic. That looks really beautiful, darling. I am so happy with that purchase. That was honestly the best $300 I've ever spent. Yeah, and I mean, for what it gives you, that's such an affordable sort of foundation. You know, really, really beautiful skin product. So very, very happy with that. Now let's move on to powder, I think. So we have this lovely, lovely palette here, darling. Gorgeous face palette. So we've got a blusher here, we've got a contour here, and we've got a bronzer here. So I reckon I'm absolutely going to go in with the blusher because, hello, everyone loves blusher, right? So I'm just going to dab the brush in there, really get quite a lot of product. Tap off the excess, and if you could smile for me, darling. Okay, we're gonna do circular motions and then sweep. All right, okay, so smiling, darling. All right, lovely. Apples of your cheeks. Okay, circular motions and sweep. Circular motions, keep smiling, darling, and sweep. Beautiful, lovely. Okay, other cheek, keep smiling, darling. Circular motions and sweep. Circular motions and sweep. Circular motions and sweep. Yeah. Oh, I love when you smile. Gosh, it's so lovely. All right, darling, I'm just going to grab the tip of your nose with that blusher. So here we go. Just the tiniest little bit. Oh, stunning. And then I'm just going to get sort of the top of your chin as well, darling. So here we go. Lovely. Okay, gorgeous. And maybe I'm just going to bring it up into those temples of yours as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix that blusher with that bronzer. Like that. Okay. So just looking at me like this, darling. Perfect. And I'm just going to really massage it in there. Blend it in. Beautiful. Gorgeous, and sort of bringing that up. Lovely. Yeah, that looks really, really pretty. Alright, and then we're going to do the other side, darling. If you could just turn like this. Thank you. Here we go. Yeah. Lovely. I feel that it really just sort of warms up the face and gives a little bit more definition back, which we love. Honestly, it's the word of the day today, I think. All right, face me again, darling, isn't it? Definition. Oh, lovely. And then I think no contour. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not a fan of it, darling, but you know, to each their own. Right, now let's look at those eyes of yours. So we have a couple of options, darling. We have this lovely palette here, quite colourful, quite fun. Okay, personally not my cup of tea, you know, I'm more into the beiges, the neutrals, but to each their own. Now we also have this lovely palette here. Okay, so this one's quite fun. We've got quite a dark pink here. Okay, we have a little bit more of a peachy pink. Here we have a lighter pink, and then we have a white, which could be nice on the inner corners. And then we have one more quite fun product, darling. This one, okay, is a liquid eyeshadow, and it's in this lovely, lovely sort of baby blue colour, okay? And that one, we could just pop on that eyelid of yours. It's quite pigmented, okay? But then we could blend that one out with a little bit of this sort of deeper blue here, okay, sort of in the crease. What do you think, darling? Yeah, I mean, I love the blue, so I reckon we do the blue since I'm doing your makeup. And you should listen to me. So let's start with the liquid eyeshadow. So what I'm going to get you to do, darling, is shut your eyes, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to just apply it all over that lid of yours. So shut your eyes, please, darling. I already asked you. Okay, I love you, but sometimes, gosh, it's like you don't listen. Okay, so grabbing a nice bit of product on that wand, darling. So I'm going to go into your lid, darling, and really apply it sort of like I'm using a crayon, okay? Which is crayon, if you don't understand what I'm saying. Honestly, I was at a parent-teacher interview the other night with Kyle's teacher, and she kept saying this word, crayon. And I said to her, darling, what do you mean a crayon? What is a crayon? And she was like, oh, well, you know, it's one of those things, keep your eyes shut, darling. One of those things that you used to draw with to colour things in. And I said, oh, gosh, darling, do you mean a crayon? And she said, yes. She said, oh, yes, sorry, I guess I did mean a crayon. And I said, yeah, well, I did live in France for 3 months when I was 22, so I do know all of the pronunciations, okay, quite well. Anyway, then she said, yes, well, Kyle has been sticking crayons up his nose, so could we do something about that? And I thought, gosh, I mean, let the kids be kids. All right, lovely. Okay, so just a little bit more on each lid. Lovely. Now open your eyes, darling. Okay, fantastic. So let's now go in with this brush here, okay? And I am going to take that deeper blue shade, darling. Okay. Get quite a bit of it on my brush. Tap it off. And then I'm going to go in and really define that crease and sort of blend the rest of that colour out. So shut your eyes, please, darling. Okay, lovely. And again, just really using those windscreen wiper motions. You know, you can never blend enough, I say. Okay, lovely. And then I'm just going to bring that up a little bit onto your brow bone, just the tiniest little bit of colour. Lovely. And then just going to do the same on the other eye, so keep your eyes shut, please, darling. Lovely. Gosh, yeah. I do quite like doing the eyes, but I do think the lips are my favourite part of a look, I'd say. Eyes close second, although doing your skin with that beautiful new foundation today, that was really, really fun. Okay, alright. Almost done with the blending. Okay, lovely. Now just keep those eyes shut, darling, and I'm going to go in with a smaller brush, and I'm just going to dip into a little bit of this white and then a little bit of this one, okay? Keeping those eyes shut, darling, I'm just going to really highlight that brow bone, okay? Beautiful. I honestly think this would be a lovely look for an Easter brunch, darling, with your grandmother. Okay, open your eyes up now, darling. Lovely. Yeah. Oh, it's looking beautiful, right? I'm just going to go in and highlight that inner corner, so just a little bit there. Keep looking at me, darling, okay? And then another little bit. There. Lovely. Oh, yeah, I really think that this could be just a stunning Easter brunch moment. So let's pop that one in the diary, darling, and we'll make sure to do this again for Easter. Alright, so now that the eyeshadow is done, let us pop on some mascara, I think, darling. So I'm just going to wiggle that brush around in there, get a nice bit of product, okay? And darling, if you could just look up, okay? Alright, and I'm just gonna go in with this lovely mascara wand. So look up, please, darling. Lovely. Okay, and this one. Look up, darling. Keeping your head really, really, really still, please. Okay. Lovely. Okay, and then look straight at me, darling. Alright. I'm going to go in with just a little bit more and focus on the tips of those lashes. So, lovely. Just still keeping that head really, really still, please. Okay, lovely. Alright. Okay. Stunning, darling. Should we do those bottom lashes of yours? What do you think? Yeah, let me... 1 second, darling. Let's just have a look. So, if you have a look in this mirror for me, and then you can let me know if you think we should do those bottom lashes and maybe a little bit of shadow on that bottom sort of eyelid too, darling. So, let me just peel this off. Okay, and then... yeah, what do you think, darling? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'm agreeing, I think. A little bit of shadow and mascara on that bottom lid would just look gorgeous. So, let's do that quickly. Alright, looking up, please, darling. We're going to take the same brush from earlier, dip into that deeper colour. Alright, looking up, please, darling. And I'm just going to really focus that on the outer corner of your eye. Lovely. Give it a quick little blend, not too much. Right, keep looking up, darling. I'm going to do the other eye. Lovely. You really do have gorgeous eyes, darling. Yeah, sometimes I find that putting a colour on your eyes instead of like a neutral or something like that can really make the colour pop. It's really stunning. I mean, again, not for me. Gosh. But it looks stunning on you. Alright, lovely. So that's done. And then the mascara on the lower lashes. So just looking up for me, please, darling. Okay. Just lengthening those a little bit. Yeah, I definitely think that was the right choice, darling. Very good intuition you have. All right, keep looking up, darling. Very good intuition. Lovely, I've raised you well. Okay. All right, okay, looking at me. Oh, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that looks really fabulous, darling. Okay, now let's do some lippy. I mean, you already know what I say. A little bit of lippy fixes everything. So, here we go. It's this gorgeous, gorgeous pink colour, darling, which I think, yeah, it looks really stunning with that skin tone of yours. Lovely. So what I'm going to do, darling, is I'm actually going to get a brush, okay? And I'm going to dip that brush into the tip of this lippy, just like this. Okay, I'm gonna get a nice amount of product on this brush of mine, and then I'm going to use that to outline your lips. Okay, alright, now I do like to outline the lips in quite sort of swift motions. I feel that that gets the best coverage and the best line. So what I need from you, darling, because this is sort of a one and done thing, I need you to stay really, really still while I do this, darling. I mean, the most still you have ever been. So I'm gonna get you to go like this. Okay, alright. And I'll let you know when I need you to be really still, darling. So I'm just going to measure up where I want this line to go. Yeah, alright. Focusing just here for me, please, darling. Okay, ready? Really, really still. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Okay, and the other side, darling. Again, really, really still. Okay, measuring up. Okay, here we go, darling. Really, really still. Okay, look here. And oh God, my heart is beating. I always get so anxious doing that whole thing. We're almost done though, darling. We're just going to do that bottom lip of yours. So what I'm going to do, again, that one quick, swift line. So again, darling, go like this, please, and just tilt your chin up a little bit, okay? Alright, now really, really still. Focusing here, please, darling, the bridge of my nose. No wandering eyes, please, alright? Here we go. So I'm just measuring up my movement. Just going to do a few practices. Alright, ready, darling? Really, really still. Bridge of my nose. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, that was a good one, alright? Okay, and again, bridge of my nose, darling, other side. Just measuring it up a little bit. Okay, ready? Bridge of my nose, darling. Really, really, really still. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Alright. All of that anticipation is over, so that's good. Okay, now, darling, a pout of the lips, please, for me. Okay, and I'm just going to apply this lippy, alright? Here we go. Pouting, please, darling. Okay, lovely. Beautiful. And the other side of your top lip. Stunning. Yeah, this is a gorgeous colour. It's almost a little bit fuchsia-esque, I'd say. Lovely. Okay, and then I'm going to do the bottom lip now, darling. Again, pouting. Alright, lovely. Beautiful. Gorgeous, yeah, very creamy and quite soft and very pigmented, which we like. Okay, alright, lovely. Now, darling, just... Okay, fantastic. That looks beautiful. Now, darling, we're almost done. Okay, what I'm going to do, though, is I am going to give you a little bit of a powder, okay? Darling, you are looking a little bit oily, okay, in the T-zone, under the eyes as well. And listen, I mean, it happens to the best of us, darling, but we do want to sort of try and avoid it if we can. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of powder from this compact. Okay, and looking up, darling, I'm going to do under your eyes first, okay? Okay. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm just going to do your forehead, darling, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Just a couple of quick taps on that forehead. Okay, and then down the nose. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, side of the nose, 7, side of the nose, 8, bridge of the nose, 8, bridge of the nose, just here and here, okay. And then a couple more taps under your eyes, so just keep looking up. Lovely. And then your chin, so just go like this, darling. Beautiful. Lovely, and then I'm just going to grab that top lip quickly as well. And then I am actually just going to do your cheeks and your jawline as well, so pretty much your whole face. I'm not being rude, I'm just being honest, okay? So, smiling for me, darling. Lovely. Just grab those cheeks of yours. And then sort of down the whole face. And I'll just do a little circular motion as well. Okay, lovely. Alright, smiling for me, darling. Lovely. Beautiful. Okay, you can stop smiling now as well. We go, and then just down your face. A couple of circular motions. Alright, lovely. Okay, lovely. Yeah, that's looking much, much better, darling. Gorgeous. Alright, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a spritz with this gorgeous new eau de parfum. Okay, I bought it from the same place that I got that lovely foundation. Alright, again, it was really affordable, darling. I mean, for eau de parfum, this one was about $800, so quite affordable. I was quite impressed with that. Alright, now it just has a lovely sort of, just very relaxing, very gentle scent, okay? Quite comforting, quite cozy, right? A little bit floral, but a little bit woodsy as well. Just very, very lovely. You know me, I love my scents reminding me of my time in the French countryside. Oh, what a wonderful time. Anyway, okay. Alright, so let's do a couple of spritzes of this, darling. Not too much, because it can be quite strong, and, you know, we don't want to give anyone around us a headache. So I'll just do a couple, alright? So maybe shut your eyes, darling, just in case. One there. One there. There. Down there. So nice. Just a couple more. Okay, lovely. Open your eyes, darling. Yeah, isn't that lovely? Oh, you okay? Just a second to have a little cough. Okay, alright, yeah, isn't that just so relaxing, darling? Lovely. And then we're just gonna finish off your face, okay, with a little bit of setting spray. Alright, so just closing your eyes again, darling. Just gonna give it a little bit of a shake. Alright. 1, 2, 4, 5. And one more for good luck. Alright, lovely. So just keeping those eyes shut, darling. I'll just dry that off quickly. Okay, alright, you can open your eyes now, darling. Oh, you look really, oh, sorry, I can't contain my excitement. Darling, you look fabulous. Wow, it's really bringing me back to my early 20s when I was out on the town, you know, just having the time of my life. Not that you're allowed on the town, darling, okay? Absolutely not, alright? It's not for you. It's dangerous, it's unsafe, and I don't want that for you, okay? Alright, but do you want to have a look at your makeup, darling? Okay, alright, here we go. So, there we go, darling. Doesn't it just look absolutely gorgeous? Yeah, it does. You look beautiful. And then let's, Yeah, just a little bit closer on the eyes. Oh, there we go. Darling, it looks really amazing. I mean, this is sort of how I feel. Oh, yeah, you look really gorgeous, darling. Okay, well, thank you so much for letting me sort of pamper you and give you just a little bit of a treat, darling. You were looking like you needed it, okay? So thank you for that. Thank you for spending time with me, okay? I do love these moments that we get to share. Now, actually, quickly, one last thing before you leave, darling. Just stay here, okay? All right. I do just want to write down this makeup look that we have going on because I really want to remember it for Easter, okay? So I'm just going to take some really quick notes, darling. It shouldn't take too long. So we had the sort of, okay, all right. Okay, and then we had that. Yeah, and then what did we did the leave-in conditioner, didn't we? Okay, and then I did give those bits a little trim. Yep. And we did, sorry darling, one second, let me just check. It was this, wasn't it? And it was on there, yeah. Okay, alright, so we did have that. And then we did the same, yep. Okay, and then for the makeup look, didn't we? We had that lovely foundation. Really just, and we had that blue, yeah. And that was, could you just shut your eyes for a second, please, darling? Yeah, okay. Sort of blended that in the crease, didn't I? Okay, open again, darling. Okay, look up. Okay, yeah, we did that under my eyes, didn't we? And then that mascara on the lower. Okay, right, and then looking at me straight on, darling. Okay, and then we did have that blusher as well. Contour. Oh, it was a night contour, wasn't it? Yes, okay, lovely. And then we had. Okay, yeah, and then we just topped that off, didn't we, with some perfume. Des parfums. Lovely. Okay, alright, fantastic. Thank you so much for letting me just write that down quickly, darling. Okay, well, I will meet you downstairs in just a minute, darling. I'm going to type those notes up and put them in my calendar. But it was so lovely to do that. So I will see you downstairs very soon. But until then, darling, okay, au revoir, mon chéri. Okay, je t'aime, darling. I think that's how you say it. Gosh, it's been so long since my days in the French countryside. Anyway, sorry, darling. Okay, au revoir, au revoir. Mwah. Mwah.